you hear that?
Yo, listen, I gotta say this real quick. I got a love-hate relationship with this chair I'm sitting in. I love this chair. You know, we've been fighting some battles. You know, this chair tried to hurt me. Okay? But y'all need to understand, like, this is a good chair. So good that I be falling asleep in this chair. Yo, this is ridiculous. Yo, there should be no reason why I should be falling asleep in this chair like that. Like, it's cool, and it's like it's comfy. Well, okay, not comfy because the comfort is very limited, but at the same time, like, it's nice. Like, it's nice, but like I should be having like no business like falling asleep in this chair. Let me just say that first. The heck, fell asleep, woke up, it's like 7 or something. I'm like, God damn! Like, Jesus. Anyway, how's everyone doing? How's everyone feeling? Welcome back to the Flex Your Mind Network. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Hope everyone's enjoying their Tuesday. Hope everyone's enjoying themselves. You know? Apparently, Baby Keem, he moved the release date up. Okay? It looks like we might be getting the album earlier than Friday. We getting it on a Thursday. 8 p.m. So that's probably going to be 11 p.m. for me. We might go live or we might head over to his channel. I don't know. Golden City, I appreciate you for your subscription. Thank you. How's everyone doing, though, bruh? I know we in the evening, but, you know. Man said I got the same chair. That's crazy, bruh. Hey, great minds, right? Oh, Lee. So, how's everyone doing, man? How's everyone doing? Not too much today. I feel like we might be here for like an hour. Going straight to Target next morning. Yeah, I feel like we might be here for like an hour or so. I got some videos to edit. I want to make some more shorts. Hey, listen, everybody, get in the habit of making shorts, huh? If you making content, J Tom, get in the habit of making shorts. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it so real. Like I feel like the answer to everybody's prayers is shorts. Just saying, you know? Keep making shorts. You never know how they gonna go, but do it. Either way, make sure y'all have y'all liquids. You know, I got some freshly squeezed orange juice. You know what I'm saying? A little blended up goodness right here. And of course, the crowd favorite. Not a lot though, but we got some water. We're not gonna be here for too long. I feel like we're gonna be here for about like an hour or so, maybe an hour and 30 maximum. So get comfy, but not too comfy. We're gonna get to the news. We're gonna get to the miss, and we're gonna keep going with what we gotta do, right? So with that being said, looks like we got before we get into the LaRussell.
Drake is trying to sabotage.
Slow your roll, brother. Slow your roll, man.
Drake.
Let's breathe a little bit, you know. Let me go ahead and hit this record button. This week is making my birthday weekend really special. You talk about it, bro. If I remember, Noah, February 26th, if I'm correct. Am I right? February 26th is your birthday, right? Some information I made sure to save, so I hope I got that right. But, beige shorts. The kind of shorts that be on YouTube, bruh. It's too time consuming. Oh, man. All right. Let's hit this record button. Let's get started, man. Let's hit the record button. Let's get started. All right? Because apparently Drake is trying to sabotage Baby Keem's rollout. Brother, what did I say? Leave them alone. Leave them alone. This is not a battle you can win, bruh. This ain't a battle you can win. You gotta let it go. If you can't let it go, we gonna have problems. And you don't want zero problems, big fella. So, we're gonna go ahead and dive into this video. Shout out to the Ville. Let's go ahead and lock in. You do know how we start this. So, let's make it happen, shall we? Let's go. Yo, you, right here in the small box, Welcome back to Flex Mob Reactions, only on the Flex Mob Network. I'm Flex. Welcome back to the channel. Drake, you really trying to sabotage Baby Keem, bro? Yo, what? Just focus on you. Focus on yourself. Because the more that you be doing this is the crazier that you look. Now, you're lucky because Toronto don't really be knowing about this at all. So, your character and your stardom, it looks safe, but when these details go public, and they will eventually, you're going to look crazy because you're technically not in Baby Keem's like range. Like you're not in his you're not a part of that star power. But don't get it twisted. Baby Keem is he's climbing very fast. So let me just say that. Look. Enough of me talking. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the vibe. You tapped in with your favorite Canadian reaction channel and network. let's go ahead and dive in with this video right here because I want to see what the Ville got to say about this. Let's lock in and get started. Let go.
Drake is trying to sabotage Baby
Come on,
Keem.
man.
He is trying to sabotage the rollout that Baby Keem had just did, and he's willing to use Twitter pages to do it. Now, it was recently reported that Drake had posted to his Instagram story teasing Iceman for the 100th time. Shocker, I know. But he is teasing Iceman around the same time as Baby Keem's rollout. You see, the crazy part about this whole scenario is that Drake isn't the only person that is teasing Iceman right now. If you go and look at Twitter, there's been an account that has been gaining a lot of traction because it's been guessing things correctly, at least so far with the Baby Keem rollout. There's an account on Twitter by the name of Insider Hub, and Insider Hub had talked about Baby Keem's rollout before it was officially announced. He went on Twitter to say that Baby Keem is going to officially announce his album this week. This was 2 days before Keem had actually addressed it with the announcement of the tour dates and all, with the documentary that came out and everything that followed. This account had got it correct. Now, another thing that they got correct was J. Cole's tour being announced also. They had talked about J. Cole's tour in January 20th. And now, moving forward, J. Cole had actually got the dates announced recently, which makes this account correct again. It was leaked accidentally the Monday after this tweet by Ticketmaster, then delayed till today due to the leak. Now, that's very important that they were going to announce these days on this certain time. And because they were announced early and because it was leaked, they were delayed. That's going to be very important soon because that's what happens when people leak information. It disrupts the announcement. It disrupts the rollout. It ends up messing up people's mojo. And this account has been right so far with the Baby Keem rollout, with the J. Cole announcement of the tour, and with announcing that Kanye West is going to headline somewhere, I believe somewhere in another festival. A lot of people are looking at this account now and looking at it as a source of information that could be right, but you got to take it with a grain of salt because this account has favoritism. This account has a lot of people looking at it with a side eye. A lot of people think that this account is already compromised because they think that the person that owns this account was somebody by the name of No NDA Network, which was an account that was on Twitter before this one, who was always spreading smear campaigns in regards to Kendrick Lamar and UMG. They also tried to claim that they had insider information, but later was exposed as a fraud because they tried to frame Kendrick Lamar and people in the UMG lawsuit in favor of Drake. Right here, when it was No NDA Network, they tried to prove that the NFR podcast was paid to slander Drake by Interscope and UMG. They got embarrassed because they tried to put a fake invoice by Ramon Alvarez Smikle. This later on, you could see this in the court case when it was presented as request number 78 by Drake, when they wanted all communications and documents of payments by Ramon Alvarez Smikle that was to the NFR podcast. However, there was none. Drake was going off smear campaigns that were posted on Twitter by No NDA Network. And a lot of people are already looking at this account as No NDA Network, resurging themselves as another account, as another insider hub. And the reason why I believe that this person is in Drake's favor right now is because it refuses to give information about Iceman, but is willing to drop information and leak information about everybody else. Right here, he says, this next leak may get my account deleted. It says, if it's not Iceman, we don't want it. He replies, good news for you then, and fans of another big artist in about 15 minutes. So now this is where he starts to tease Iceman. Because in my mind, I'm thinking if he could tease Baby Keem and leak information about him, leak information about Cole, Kanye, and Travis Scott, then he's more willing to leak information about Drake, right? And he tries to play on this, right? Now he's saying that he's going to drop a bomb. He's going to drop something from Iceman. And every Drake fan is excited about him dropping information about Iceman. But this is where things get tricky because as Insider Hub is planning to drop information, it never really follows through. There's a lot of Drake fans that are waiting for him to drop. He even admitted in a Drake fan's DMs that he is actually a Drake fan himself. So not only did he admit that he's a Drake fan, but he had everybody excited, all these Drake fans excited for some type of leak to head out their way, only for him to say, just got signed out of my account 2 times trying to upload this video for you guys. Going to get it up. If they clip me, I'll be back. Bomb loading. Bear with me. So this is him still trying to act like he was going to drop a video or a clip belonging to Drake in regards.
Bro, this is seeding. LaRussell talked about it in a post that he made on Instagram. How there's going to be like 30, 40, 50 different accounts out there that are going to be pushing and doing the same message. It's seeding. You're taking a little seed and you're spreading it throughout a bunch of different accounts for promotion and advertising. Like, this is just advertising, right? Now, don't confuse that with public relations, because that's different, right? That's not the same. This is simply just advertising right here. But to do it around the Baby Keem drop, it's a little crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Let's keep going though.
Iceman, he kept trying to hint that he was going to drop something related to Drake, but he was pump faking. He never dropped anything at all. And this is when people started getting upset and started calling him out and why he was pump faking Drake's album. And then all of a sudden, after pump faking everybody about the album, he ends up deactivating his account. And that's what really set me off. When he deactivated his account, that's when it really started hitting for me. So you're willing to talk about everybody. You're willing to leak everything about everyone else. Keem, J. Cole, Kanye, Travis Scott. But the minute that you get to Drake, you decide to deactivate your account. The minute that you were about to leak some information about Drake, you decide to pull back. I wonder why. How convenient for Drake that the guy that is leaking information is willing not to talk about Drake, but is willing to talk about everyone else. J. Cole had to delay the tickets he's going to sell for his tour because of the information that was leaked from this person. And that's the problem with him leaking this information. It could disrupt somebody's rollout. It could delay the process of somebody's album once it's announced. Fortunately for Keem, he didn't choose to delay it. He just followed through with it, which I'm grateful for. But you can't tell me that there's some type of weird activity going on, because the minute that this person disappears, Drake is back on the scene promoting his album on his Instagram. What are the odds that the minute that...
Nah. I don't know about that. That's a hell of a coincidence. I don't know.
To delay it, he just followed through with it, which I'm grateful for. But you can't tell me that there's some type of weird activity going on, because the minute that this person disappears, Drake is back on the scene promoting his album on his Instagram. What are the odds that the minute that this account deactivates itself, Drake starts promoting himself? But moving forward now, what are the odds that this guy is promoting his album right after this account was pump faking release dates? Now that this account is deactivated, Drake is on active mode. Drake is the one posting now. It just seems weird in timing, and it seems too convenient for Drake. How come this person is leaking everybody's shit, but the only person that he chooses not to leak is Drake himself? And how is this person getting all of this information anyways? How are they able to know about Baby Keem's drop? How did they know about that? How did they know about J. Cole's situation? How did they know about Kanye headlining? How are they getting all this information anyways? And this account, by the way, had talked negative about Kendrick Lamar putting fake numbers up. So it's already given a bad rep to Kendrick Lamar and his camp. It does seem pretty fishy, bro. It does seem pretty fishy that this account has some type of weird type of situation going on. And I feel like it's always to disrupt or be an agent of chaos, to disrupt people's albums, hoping that they would delay them. I think that they were trying to put Keem's information out there. They were trying to put his rollout out there, announce it ahead of time to possibly disrupt it or delay it. Thankfully, Keem followed through with it. However, with the J. Cole situation, they had to delay it by a day. But this is the problem with leaks. It interferes with the artist and their rollout, and it could potentially delay a project. I think that was the purpose of this. Not only are they doing that, but now Drake is coming out with a project himself. Now he's coming out and teasing Iceman at the same time that Baby Keem is dropping a rollout. I think he could have gotten associated with this account either before or after it started leaking this information. But considering the fact that people think that it's no NDA podcast, then I think that it could be. I think that it could be this account, bro. I really do. And then when they reactivated themselves, they got caught in this conversation. They say, can you give us a hint of what it was? Talking about the sneak peek that he was going to give towards Drake. He says, did you not see Drake's story literally 10 minutes after my post, which is the story of him teasing Iceman? The person responds, don't release anything that could potentially push the album back. That's the plan moving forward to keep our account up. So now he's worried about releasing stuff because it could push his album back. You weren't worried about releasing.
My question is, how is everybody getting all their hands on this little info? What's going on at that camp that this kind of info can get leaked or could have gotten leaked? Because we've heard damn near about half of Iceman by now. Now, mind you, me personally, I think Iceman is going to be more than 20 tracks. It's going to be an overloaded album. There's going to be too many songs on there, right? And potentially, there's going to be too many different vibes. Compilation albums do not work anymore. You need to have a story. You need storytelling. You need substance. Tell some kind of story on your album. If you are not doing that as an artist in today's world, you might be cooked. Even if you are a TikTok artist or a TikTok star or whatever, you still need to lock in. It's not that easy anymore. You can't just make a bunch of different songs and just throw it on an album thinking it's going to work. Even for Drake, like, I don't know what Iceman's going to do. If we're really going to hear the same songs that we've already heard from the live stream or any of the leaks, we might have a problem.
And leaking other information about other artists. But when it comes to Drake, you're worried about pushing his album back? How does that make any sense? What makes Drake better than the other guys that you were talking about, that you were sharing information about, that you were leaking information about? What makes them so different? It seems like this guy is compromised, or it seems like he's always been working with Drake, or Drake hit him up after he found out about these leaks. I don't know, but I feel like this account is tied to Drake in some type of way, and he's helping him with his rollout, or he's helping him sabotage other people's rollouts. Either way it looks at it, it makes this person look guilty, because when it finally comes to Drake, they decide to pump fake. They decide to lie. They don't want to drop anything in regards to Drake. They don't want to drop any clues. They don't want to leak any information if it's in regards to Drake. If it's anybody else, they're willing to drop that information for you. But when it comes to Drake, we're going to keep it tight. We're going to keep it quiet. We're not going to try to say anything. And to me, it makes it seem like this account is compromised by Drake. That's what it looks like to me. It's no surprise that the minute that this account deactivates itself, Drake goes on Instagram and starts promoting his album on his own. It just looks fishy, bro. It looks very fishy. And I've been thinking about how odd this story is, how these two things have happened at the same time, how it looks very strange put on paper. Once you put them all together, it seems like Drake is using this account to his benefit. And this account is working with Drake, or at least has some type of favoritism, whether it's because he's compromised through pay, or because somebody reached out to him, or maybe he's been working with them all along. I don't know, bro. We'll keep it alleged at this point. I just wanted to get y'all's thoughts on this because I've been thinking about this since I've heard about this account. It seems very strange how it moves and operates, only sharing some people's information, but not everyone's, not willing to talk about Drake. It just seems odd. But y'all tell me how you feel about this, to get back to me, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video, man. Peace. Keep it alleged.
I feel like it's just a stan account that's just trying to like build its own notorieties, right? So just think about it like that. Like, you got to remember, people are on Twitter to build their accounts by any means possible. That's what they do, all right? Of all the things they can retweet, all the comments that they can make, all the theories that they can throw out there, everybody's there literally to build their accounts. Now, because Twitter is one great big wasteland, there's going to be a lot of BS going on Twitter, which is why I'm not a fan, or I'm not even on Twitter myself. I ain't got time for that. I believe UMG told him to chill. Hence, Axe says, I just want to know y'all hear the snippets. What's good? How you say your name? This is CNI Plus. I'm going to call you CNI. CNI is easy. Yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button. What's good, King Hammer? How you feeling? That's a feeler pause. But no, like I said, Stan account, an account trying to build its name up. If you notice, it had around 20K followers with 0 people following. I'm not going to lie. Those are good numbers. Those are good numbers to build trust as well. You got to keep that in mind too. See, this is why we are never supposed to know about numbers. Because what we assume from numbers, we think the better the number, the better the ratio is, the better the source. That's not the case at all. Numbers don't tell a full story. It's going to create a story. It's going to generate a story. How do you think AI work? With all them zeros and ones and all that, all them coding and all that numbers that goes into this thing that creates. Bro, numbers don't tell a perfect story. It's going to give you a Dr. Seuss level story that you can follow. That's what numbers do. So when I look at the ratio with his followers, I'm like, technically he's a good source, but at the same time, for anybody that understands and knows, that's not reliable. You're reliable through actions, not numbers. But, you know, people get that confused a lot, especially on Twitter or social media in general. Right? That's a little marketing 101 for everybody who's in here right now, by the way. A little marketing and advertising 101, but that's what it is, man. So when I look at that, I laugh. I'm like, bro, none of these guys are reliable sources. As long as you're on Twitter, you are not a reliable source. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'd have to see how you move outside of Twitter. You know? That's how I see it personally. Holy. All Drake info comes from Drake himself so that he can spare narratives. My thing is, I don't even think it fully comes from him. There still might be a mole in the camp. Because how are they getting their hands on all these leaks? How are they getting their hands on all this info? If you kept your camp and your people close, there should be no reason why these things get leaked. People would have to wait for this kind of news. There's way too many leaked songs that we've known already. I think there's about like 6 in total. If Iceman is a 12-track album, bro, you just showed half your hand, bro. If the album drops, you only need to listen to 6 songs. The other 6 we already heard. That's crazy to me. Bro, get your people in order. Because that's not a good look coming from your name, regardless of what you did. Right? What your name is for the past like 15 or so years, and y'all have this many kind of leaks going around? Man, you got to stop it. That's all I got to say. It's ridiculous. That's the problem. People only care about the final number, not the equations on how it got to that number. In my King Hammer voice, I'm dead. Nah, it's true. It's true. If people educated themselves about these numbers, we would have a lot of different conversations on Twitter. But, you know, Twitter is filled with a bunch of people that just never completed school. And me personally, for someone that did, I stay the hell away from that app. I stay the hell away from the application. There's nothing but problems. Like, you be having arguments with people. Next thing you know, there's a girl like half naked on Twitter. Like, bro, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm good, man. That's not for me. It's not for me. That's all I gotta say. I believe the mole part too, but I truly believe Drake leaking, bro. He's not getting help from UMG, so he has to try and stay relevant. Yeah, and yo, if we're running with your point, CNI, that makes him a high schooler. That makes him a high schooler, bro. That's high school activity. Crazy. Yeah, no, I'm good, bro. This. If you got the album, if the album is, just drop it. Just drop it. We tired, bro. We tired of hearing this. The same way how we're tired of Meg Thee Stallion, this Tory Lanez news, is the same way we're tired with this Iceman news. You've been teasing the album for damn near a year. Like, yo, enough's enough. We're tired. Bro, I be looking at Ice Cube's different every time somebody talk about Iceman. Like, just drop the album. Just drop the album, bro. Enough's enough, bro. Like, we tired, bro. You know what I'm finna say, right? Listen, like, if Drake just took his time, finish what you need to finish with this album, and go ahead and drop the album, we wouldn't have problems, right? So the only thing, my final thoughts on this whole video that we witnessed from the Ville, like, bro, just
drop the album! Drop the album! That's all you gotta do! All you gotta do is drop the album! Drop it today! Drop it today! Drop it today! All you gotta do is drop the album! You got my favorite song on it! You got my favorite song! I'm about to drag you! Drop the album! You got my favorite song!
just drop the damn album, bro. Yo, just drop the damn album, bro. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. Like, I'm sick of it. I'm sick, bro. Like, damn. God damn, bro. Just out here promoting the same garbage. Like, yo, Drake, nobody liked Doghouse. Doghouse was terrible. You and Yeet should never be a combination. Ever. It didn't work. Jesus. Go find Travis Scott, bruh. Travis Scott ain't do nothing to you. He just wanted to hear like that. And you in pain. Your pussy hurt. Bruh, go find him. Go make another Sicko Mode or go make another Meltdown. God damn. What's good, big sis? How you feeling? I'm about to drag you. Bro, I love that soundbite. It's the funniest thing ever. If you actually seen the video, it's even funnier, I promise. Yo, Dot was gone for 5 years, not once. He was like, yo, I need someone new. I don't recall it. Oh, my God. Anyway, let's get into this Chigs video, bro. Let's get into this Chigs video. Let's go ahead and get started, shall we? So, Chigs. We'll be talking about LaRussell for the remaining of this live, all right? Vil dropped the video, came out of nowhere. I said, let's go. And that's exactly what we did. So, we got Chigs right here. We're going to go ahead and lock in with this. Y'all know how we start this. You know how we move around here, right? So, let's go ahead and make it happen, shall we? Let's go. Yo, you, right here in the small box, right here in the small box. Welcome back to Flex Mob Reactions, only on the Flex Mob Network. I'm Flex. Welcome back to the channel. LaRussell apologizes to Lil Wayne for disrespecting his music and legacy after receiving backlash. Bro, Lil Wayne fans, y'all are in pain, bruh. I seen a lot of Lil Wayne fans out there talking about, nah, Lil Wayne does have songs where he does be speaking that positivity. He does be, we don't remember it. We don't remember it. I remember Miss Officer. I remember Lollipop. I remember A Millie. I remember Fireman. I remember Go DJ. I remember those songs. I don't remember the songs where he be speaking real-ish. This is Lil Wayne we talk about. I swear to God, dude have a pink styrofoam cup filled with purple lean with the most disrespectful amount of Sprite and an egregious amount of syrup. That's how we know Lil Wayne, bruh. You think I'm gonna sit here and accept y'all talking about, nah, see, I found this song, I found this song. No! No! Because look how long it took y'all to find these songs. I'm not accepting that. Nah, LaRussell should have stood on his square. LaRussell should have stood on his square, bro. Don't be scared of them. Don't be scared of him. But LaRussell don't want no violence. He don't like it. He don't like beef. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he trying to be a vegetarian. I'm kidding, by the way. Look, like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the vibe. You tapped in with your favorite Canadian reaction channel and network. All right? Make sure y'all lock in with me. Listen, y'all, we got to talk about this hype button, bro. We got to talk about this hype button. When I drop these videos, man, yo, we got to work on that hype button, bro. We got to get on the algorithm. It's hard out here for these small creators to get on the algorithm. And that hype button is our answer. If you rock with us, that hype button is our gateway. Let's go.
YouTube, Chigs. Get ready. You know what to do, Chigs.
I find him. You know, I like Chick Smooth.
What's
Chick
good,
Smooth is somebody I really enjoy listening to on YouTube because Chick just got an intellectual curiosity about things.
Grand opening, grand closing, you guys. LaRussell just learned a very valuable lesson. You cannot defeat the internet. No matter what you do, what you say, or who you are, if you say or do some wild shit, there's no amount of defense that can save you. Now, over the last couple of days, LaRussell has been getting cooked and deep fried for having this opinion about Wayne.
I had a moment in my journey where I had grew a disdain for Wayne just because I start listening to everything. Like, I start maturing as a human, and I'm like, damn.
Just imagine a dude say, I feel like Lil Wayne fans was just hurt by the word disdain. I felt like that was the word that just took them over the disdain. Oh no, like that. I feel like that's what it was, man. Bro, let's hear this part again.
I start listening to everything. Like I start maturing as a.
He started to mature as a human being, which is only natural for the average human being. Like you're supposed to grow. You're supposed to like evolve. You're supposed to elevate. You're supposed to be better than what you were before. So he's talking about maturing and realizing the lyrics to a lot of Lil Wayne songs are just, man, if y'all go back, especially on the Carter 3, if y'all go back, some of the things I've heard come out this man's mouth, even I had to sit there and I'm like, damn, like, is this all you do?
A human, and I'm like, damn, this nigga wasn't talking about nothing for a long time. And
I think that's what his argument was.
You know, like as someone who like grew up in these communities,
Right.
and grew up with homies who I seen want to be Bloods because they following Wayne and want to be gangster and want to shoot all the gun bar and shit.
Right.
Like I've seen the negative that he contributed to the community, and I had to look like, man, what are the songs where he really talked about something and gave? And out of 1,000-song catalog,
Everybody came out the woodworks and told him, bro, you are out of line for saying that about a legend. Yes, Wayne has some bullshit songs, but the man's catalog...
Stop it. Stop it. Go back and listen to the freestyles. He was talking about a whole lot of... I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to say it. Because if your ears work and if your brain is functioning, why aren't you saying something? Man, y'all, listen. And I'm not trying to direct this to nobody in the flex mob or the shadow mob, because I love my community and we take care of our community well around here. Especially on that Discord. Y'all got to join that Discord, by the way. Link in description. Click the link tree. It's right there. Anyway. Don't be scared to say something. Do not be scared to say something. I'm not afraid. Let's not forget, Millie was talking about a whole lot of crazy-ish on there. But Millie went, like, if Millie was to come out today, oh my God. If Millie was to come out today in big 2026, Lord have mercy, they would want him in jail.
also has records with substance. And you can say that about any artist out there. Even the guy that just signed you, Jay-Z. So a lot of people thought the timing was weird. You signed to Rock Nation, then you're dissing Wayne the next day. But for some reason, LaRussell thought it was all a media attack against him. So he spent the last couple of days attacking any and everybody that called him out. Somebody tweeted saying, I don't expect LaRussell to like Lil Wayne. Nigga square. LaRussell went on his page to post a picture of him to show him how he looks. Now, out of everybody that's spoken on this whole LaRussell Lil Wayne situation, and trust me, there's been a whole lot of people that's spoken out against it, I think Mickey Facts actually summed it up perfectly here.
Yo, let me explain something to you, LaRussell. Respectfully, I think you're a very talented artist. I think what you're doing for independent artists is something that we've never really seen before since Nipsey, and even since the blog era, and even going further back to your Bay Area hero, Too Short. See, the issue with what you're saying is Lil Wayne, regardless of how you feel from a maturing standpoint, and it's your opinion, is still a legend. He still done did things and wanted to just have.
You don't question legends? You don't question legends? The same way they question Lil Wayne. Watch this. What about Michael Jackson way back when? Huh? Michael Jackson was well past being a legend when they started to question him. Okay? Let's not forget that part. Understand me. The way that they tried to crucify MJ. They wanted Mike Jack out of here. And then come to find out he was actually protecting them kids. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You didn't question Michael Jackson then? The same way how we're on YouTube and we question Aubrey and his actions and antics. Are we not allowed to do that for Lil Wayne? Man, y'all got to stop it, bruh. Y'all got to stop it. Y'all got to stop it. Y'all want these two-way, one-way streets, however you want to put it. Listen, you got to keep it a buck. A lot of artists back then were talking about a whole lot of nothing. And y'all afraid to say something. That's crazy to me. That is crazy to me. I ain't afraid to say it. There is a plethora of artists that we love that talked about nothing. They talked about nothing. Man, stop it, bruh. Stop it.
It's still a legend. He still done did things and wanted to just have fun. So a lot of his stuff that people are referencing is from the freestyles, him just flexing his pen.
Yeah.
He has records that...
No, not much of a pen, by the way, because the freestyles are really off top. All right, real Wayne fans know. Okay, Lil Wayne didn't like pens and pencils. He liked his mind just moving.
Freestyles, him just flexing his pen. He has records that literally talk about substance. But at the end of the day, Weezy's going to do what Weezy's going to do. The same way Too Short is going to do what Too Short. Where is the substance in Too Short's music? And I love Too Short. You understand what I'm saying? Every album is not going to just be filled with substance unless you're listening to a Mos Def or a Common. You know what I'm saying? Or even like a Nas. Nas is going to have substance, but there are artists that we love that are not going to have substance all the time. It's entertainment, bruh. You can be entertained by the lyrics. You can be entertained by the song. You can be entertained by the beat. You can be entertained by the hook, the brashness of it. We are not one monolith. And to also think that his music damaged the community, yo, man, I don't know.
Boy, shut up. You look like you just came back from the club. Like, what are you talking about, man? Stop. Are we serious? Are we really that afraid to say something that's going to challenge us? How do you listen? I've been saying this ever since the shift started. I've been saying this little by little, but I've been saying it a lot lately. Yo, if we do not grow, if we do not evolve as a community, as people of this culture, when we're done with this shift in music, if we don't smarten up and realize that we need to move better, we are doomed to repeat everything we've been through in the past how many years? You can go all the way back to the 90s, because a lot of people saying they want to go back to the 90s era. Fine, go back to the 90s. If y'all don't smarten up, we're doomed to repeat the same ish over again. With people like this on the internet talking, I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I see it right there. Look, it's already been confirmed by a numerous amount of people. Lil Wayne back then was that rapper that had the girls moving. He was. And when he was freestyling, that was for the dudes. But a lot of the tracks in the 2000s era was for, a lot of them were for females. Man, yeah, I'm not going to sit here and accept this.
The community, yo, man, I don't know. I really don't know. People were influenced by him, sure, to be artists. But come on, man. Like, what are we doing here, bruh? He put two of the best artists on in the 2010s, bruh. This is Lil Wayne. I feel like if you want to talk about something now, you're talking about substance. All your records gotta have substance now. Now you gotta have substance because you put that on a legend.
Well, this morning, LaRussell is officially waving the white flag. He finally understood his...
And you know what? I understand why he apologized, because all of what he's saying is just falling on deaf ears, bruh. Ain't nobody want to accept anything he has to say for some reason. Bro, we're literally doomed to repeat the same ish over if we don't even question the legends. And we're afraid to do it. That's crazy. Bro, brain power through the flow. Brain power 6 feet under. Brain cells. Brain cells is in hell, bro. Ain't nobody like brain cells, bro. Everybody want to be brain dead.
Exactly why people were going at him over his discourse about Lil Wayne, and he apologized. Here's what he said.
I've been thinking about this Wayne stuff. Some niggas been hitting me like, ignore it, fly over it, don't even talk about it. But that's not like who I am or how I am. When I got an issue, I'd rather over communicate.
Nigga, you cold?
How I feel and how it make me feel. I don't even like want the energy of niggas debating Wayne's legacy to be around me. This is really a war of perspectives. I meant no malice. Like, nigga, I love Lil Wayne. I would never diss that nigga legacy. Like, that nigga mean too much to me, right? But that's me living in me. Like, I know when I said it, I meant that. But
oh my God. Yo, bro, you weren't dissing his legacy. You weren't. You had questions. Dude, this is crazy. You had questions. Bro, it baffles my mind, dude. All you had was questions. You didn't it's not that you understood or didn't understand. You saw what you saw. You heard what you heard. And you were just saying, like, yo, around that time, I really wasn't feeling it. Because when you go back and hear the music again with different ears, bro, Lil Wayne a lot of the times was talking crazy. What's wrong with asking a question? He's not dissing. He never dissed Wayne. Bro, y'all weak. This is why I hate Twitter. This is exactly why I hate Twitter. Y'all are weak. God damn.
Perspective is key because how it's received don't always be how you sent it. If you offend a nigga, you have no jurisdiction or right to be like, well, I didn't mean that, so you can't be offended. The punch landed on me, and I'm offended, you know, and I respect that, and I empathize for that, because if I was on the other end, I could see how one could take it as such. I don't even want niggas taking my side. My personal opinion of my experience wasn't to be taken as the world's experience, but that's a flaw in me, because I could have used better words to explain what I was trying to say. The ego in me is always like, nigga, I'm not gonna apologize for some shit I wasn't wrong. Nigga, I wasn't wrong. You feel me? But the human in me that's growing is like, nigga, it don't matter if you feel like you was wrong. Someone was offended by your actions. And that's what warrants an apology. So, Wayne, if this reached your life in any way...
It's not the human in you. It's that signature that you put on that piece of paper. Huh? You got a business relationship now. You got Rock Nation on your back. You have a humongous catalog with a plethora of music and albums, singles, whatever. The only reason why you signed is for exposure. I wasn't born yesterday. You have so much positive music, but it's not going nowhere. If you sign, it's gonna help you. It's gonna help your music cross over countries. Your music could play it halfway around the world. It's exposure. And you're only doing this because you want to make sure that you maintain that relationship so they don't, so you don't get crossed over in the future.
Hey, I truly apologize because that's not my intention at all, nigga. I love you and I honor what you do in your legacy. If it didn't reach you, thank God. Because this some bullshit. These niggas on social media on some bullshit. And you know what's crazy? I ain't no sellout. I ain't in the Illuminati. I still live in my community. I just came from my mama crib. If anything, I'm a nigga you should celebrate a champion. I made it from my backyard. As myself. With integrity. I take care of my children. You feel me? I'm doing nothing but outputting good into the world where I could. I'm not a nigga you gotta call out his name. You ain't gotta talk about my beard. You ain't gotta say I can't rap. Nigga, none of
We ain't gonna talk about your beard, but that little hairline you got on the top of your head, we got questions, my boy.
that even necessary, nigga. But I get it. Niggas like, nigga, what you said wasn't necessary. And I empathize on that. I get all the uproar, but like I truly meant no malice. Wayne, come to the backyard. Or you could be like, nigga, fuck you, nigga, after all that. And I accept that too. I accept both of those. But nigga, I love you. And we would love to have you in the backyard with the choir and the band and do something special. All my legends mean something to me. And I would love that. But I also understand it was like, nigga, fuck you too. I get both. I feel it. But real nigga out. We done. White flag, nigga. This shit. I don't want niggas online debating. But what could be cool though is a nigga seeing the influx of streams in his catalog. And I think that's a beautiful thing that niggas rallied around like, nah, nigga, we ain't disrespecting Wayne. Because I fucking agree. I wouldn't be the rapper I am today without him. So I don't even mind being on the other end of this if the result is niggas realizing how special Wayne was and what he contributed to this shit. And some niggas gonna see this video and be like, nah, nigga, fuck you, stand on what you saying. It's like, all right. Helmet, you know, and it's all good. I have nothing but love. I don't have no malice in my heart. Like, I hate that this moment even made me, like, feel, like, it activated my ego where I felt like I had to defend myself through my skill. And it's like, I never want my life to be me versus Wayne, me versus none of that. You know, I really didn't think I was this impactful, honestly. Like, it's crazy because this whole time, niggas been telling me, like,
No. It's not impact. You're not impactful. What you said crossed everybody to the point where it induced rage. What you said induced so much internet rage. It had the community ready to go to war with you. And you don't want to go to war with what you said.
Like, nigga, fuck you, you ain't shit, you ain't nothing, you don't even deserve to talk about him. But if I didn't matter, it wouldn't matter. And for y'all niggas who was saying that old sick ass hating shit too, nigga, if I'm unqualified to critique Wayne, you are definitely unqualified to critique me.
Then, no.
You niggas have not done nothing close to what I've done in my career in life. Let's leave it there.
Now, I want to give props to LaRussell for actually owning up to it and not continue to double down and triple down on the fuckery. Which then leads me to my next question. What's next for LaRussell? You just signed to Roc Nation, and now you've kind of boxed yourself in and branded yourself as a guy with substance. So now do you go rapping like J. Cole every single record, which really isn't your style? So what kind of music are you actually going to put out? Right now, you got the most momentum that you've ever had in your career, the most buzz that you've ever generated. You now have all eyes on you media-wise. What do you do next? Jay-Z is not going to give you a feature anytime soon. If I'm LaRussell, maybe I'm tripping. You gotta find a way to get Lil Wayne on the record with you. That's how you capitalize on this situation and turn a negative into a positive. I truly believe all will be forgiven, especially with Wayne fans, if you actually did something with him. If you really rock with Wayne like you said you do, show love to him in a way that will make fans look at you in a whole different light. Because right now, a lot of older folks are looking at you as somebody who's snobby, ignorant, and just flat out disrespectful to legend.
Saying LaRussell is snobby is insane.
So let's sit back and watch his next move. You guys get in the comments below. What do you guys make of LaRussell's apology to Wayne? Do you guys think it was sincere? And how do you guys feel about a possible LaRussell and Lil Wayne record?
Don't
like this video, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys later, man.
Really don't need it. I ain't gonna hold you. I got two things to say before I close out this video, then we're gonna move on to the next one. Yo, LaRussell, you know what? Shout out to your cameraman for not heaving on the mic. You know? Shout out to your cameraman for not breathing all over the microphone like y'all had him outside. You had old boy outside breathing like he was gonna die. So you know what? Shout out to you. You inside. You know, I don't know if it's the same cameraman, but you know, you got a cameraman that's not breathing and heaving all over the mic like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I respect that. Now, the second point I gotta make. Did we forget that Lil Wayne don't even remember most his lyrics? Huh? Did we forget that? Did we forget that Lil Wayne be forgetting majority of his songs? Which is why he don't even be performing the songs? Did we forget that part? And then you have, this is why I'm saying you shouldn't apologize. Because you arguing with a bunch of people that be grumpy on the internet. You're just arguing with a bunch of mad, grumpy people about a nigga that don't even remember his song. Man, stop it. Stop it. The man don't even remember Mona Lisa. Bro, come on. Come on. Bro, come on. Come on, bro. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it, man. Cut it out. Cut it out, man. I'm not going to sit here and accept none of this. I'm not going to sit here. I don't want no apology. All right? If they want to go and cry on the internet, imagine grown people, grown men and women crying. This ain't no kids. Kids are not part of this conversation. These are grown men and women crying real tears on Twitter. I hate Twitter. I hate being on Twitter. Twitter is lame as hell. The whole application is lame and it's flooded with a bunch of lame people. And the only reason why those lame people got a voice is because a lot of the times they be saying a whole bunch of bullshit that be gravitating and like a lot of people be liking so they gonna get the follow or they buy their followers. And remember what I said about them numbers. People see the numbers and say the more numbers you have is the more reliable you is. That's bullshit. I hate Twitter. I hate it. Twitter's filled with a bunch of lame people. I don't rock with Twitter ever. Ever. So nah. I ain't gonna sit here and accept your apology as if you were supposed to give one. I don't want to see you link with Lil Wayne. Because if you link with Lil Wayne, that's going to go against everything. Well, not everything, but a lot of the music that you be putting out there. We don't need that. You can say you're a fan. You can say you grew up with him. But you can also say you've grown as an individual and you see his songs differently. Unlike a bunch of grown 40 and 50-year-olds on Twitter that still want to be 12. I'm good. I'm good. I ain't gonna sit here and accept none of that. Hell no. Hell no. So anyway, look, I'll be back. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be back, and we're gonna look at Read My Soul. This is gonna be the last video. The Lil Wayne hurt hip hop. Perfect way to end the stream. That's the last video. Did Lil Wayne hurt hip hop? I'll be right back, and we gonna get into that one. All right, give me a sec. the snow to melt. I want the snow to go away. I'm sick of the snow. I know I live in Canada, but enough is enough. All right. Let's rage. I'm guilty. What are you guilty of? That Drake fans aren't hip hop, and especially Kendrick haters. I can't talk about it. All right, man. One and done. Now for today's sponsor. Hey, sent you the hype button. I appreciate it. Thank you. And for today's sponsor. Shoot, Ninja Blenders. Cause that Ninja Blender is what made that drink for today. Hey, you know what? Yeah, shout out Ninja. Shout out Ninja and your product. Listen, we got a Ninja Blender. We got 2 Ninja Blenders because I bought one. Listen, I bought a Ninja Blender a while ago when I used to work at Target in Canada. I have that Ninja Blender, but we recently got a Ninja Juicer. Yo. I be looking at fruit like, yeah, I'm going to squeeze everything out of here. Pause. I don't think the hype button is on the lives. The hype button is on the videos that I upload. And mind you, I'm going to be uploading a lot more shorts. When I'm done with this stream, I'm going to upload 1 more short and 1 video, maybe 2 videos, and I'm going to call it. But I'm going back and forth from shorts to videos and lives. So I got to figure out a whole new system now so that I can stay consistent with the shorts too. So shorts to videos and lives. So I want to make sure that the shorts get out there. Now, before, I used to do the shorts on my own videos that I do. But what I'm doing now is that I'm finding videos off Instagram or YouTube, and I'm making shorts out of those videos. So I'm doing that now. So let's see how that goes, because that same formula that I have for the shorts is the same formula that I'm going to use for my other channel, where I'm going to be doing shorts only, but I'm just going to be doing like shorts to like funny-ish. So it's like, you know those shorts where you see something dumb or someone's just laughing or they're surprised? On the other channel, that's the formula that I'm going to use to make those shorts. So when I get into the groove of making shorts for here, I also got to incorporate making shorts for my other channel as well. So it's a lot of work, man. It's not easy. It's not easy. But yeah, with this video right here, we're going to piggyback off of the Chick Smooth video that we just watched with LaRussell apologizing to Lil Wayne. Me personally, you shouldn't have done it. You didn't need to, because you're apologizing to a bunch of crybabies on Twitter. And I'm sick of these Twitter people. I'm sick of Twitter in general. But it's cool, though. We got Read My Soul in front of us. We got about like a 20-minute video. Did Lil Wayne hurt hip-hop? Let's go ahead and dive in. But before we do, y'all know how we work around here, right? So let's go ahead and get started. Let's go. Yo, you, right here in the small box. Right here in the small box. Welcome back to Flex Mob Reactions, only on the Flex Mob Network. I'm Flex. Welcome back to the channel. Shout out to the Flex Mob. Shout out to the Shadow Mob. I appreciate y'all equally. Y'all are tapped in with your favorite Canadian reaction channel and network. All right, let's go ahead and lock in with this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the vibe. Let's go.
just went viral and sparked a conversation that I felt as though I wanted to bring to my audience here. LaRussell said that when he was younger, he was a big Lil Wayne fan, and as he got older and as he matured, he realized that Wayne wasn't really talking about nothing, and that maybe Wayne's impact on the culture was a little negative.
I had a moment in my journey where I had grew a disdain for Wayne just because I start listening to everything. Like, I start maturing as a human, and I'm like, damn, this nigga wasn't talking about nothing. As someone who, like, grew up in these communities and grew up with homies who I seen want to be Bloods because they following Wayne and want to be gangster and want to shoot all the gun bar and shit.
Right.
Like, I've seen the negative that he contributed to the community, and I had to look like, man, what are the songs where he really talked about something and gave? And out of a 1,000-song catalog, you know, it's minute on this end.
It's like Georgia Bush.
And that do bother me. Tie My Hands.
That's what I was going to say, Tie My Hands.
That's the question I lay out to you. Did Lil Wayne ruin hip hop a little bit? And so let's break this down. Lil Wayne is one of those topics that's kind of hard because at the end,
it's not about like half human. There you go. It's not really about did he ruin it? I like the word hurt better, but to say ruin, that's drastic. It's not ruining with what he did. In that era, a lot of the subject matter was around the same ish. It's club, bottles, girls, money, little drugs. Like, we can all agree to that, right? So, like, the messaging is what we're getting. Is what's hurting hip-hop, right? Because once upon a time, hip-hop used to be balanced. You had all sides. It wasn't just the conscious and the turn-up and club joints. You had other sides to hip-hop that was all getting plays. Everybody was getting spun. But you got to remember, the marketing companies didn't like that because there's no money when everybody wins. There's not a lot of money in that. When everybody's winning, there's not much money. But when you start to divide and conquer and put everything up against each other, all of a sudden, your funds start to multiply drastically. Marketing is there to push ideas. Marketing is there to push concepts. Marketing is there to push to the consumer to say, you should like this. And they took the vices that came with hip-hop and said, we accept it. And you know what? We're going to go ahead and push this side of your hip-hop. Which is why a lot of things started to fall under the same house with all the vices. So you got to be mindful with this conversation. It's an easy one to follow. It's an easy one to understand. You got to be careful with the variables because you're going to start to confuse yourself.
End of the day, Wayne is a legend, and nobody can say anything otherwise. His run from about Carter 2 to about the Carter 4 was extremely legendary. Now the funny thing is,
Carter 2 is the best Lil Wayne project, period. The Drought 3 is his best mixtape, period.
Some of my favorite Lil Wayne is actually the beginning of that run, Carter 2, and then the end of that run, which some could say was the Carter 5. I'm a big Carter 5 fan. I feel as though if you're looking for something a little bit more in depth, the Carter 5 is actually where Wayne was going really deep. Songs like Let It All Work Out is where he really expressed himself. The question that I'm asking you is everybody getting face tats a positive thing? You know, when you talk about Lil Wayne, a lot of the times it's about drugs. It's about gangbanging. It's about face tattoos.
What do you mean YouTube is not working right now? That's weird.
It's never really about the music. And I personally know Lil Wayne has influenced some of your favorite rappers like Kendrick Lamar, who said that, right? Like, Lil Wayne is a rapper at the end of the day. And I think that people kind of looked at the marketing of it. It's like Tupac, right? When you talk to certain different people about Tupac, they never really talk about like Brenda's Got a Baby. It's like they get to Brenda's Got a Baby later, but they never really get to Brenda's Got a Baby. They probably talk about Hit 'Em Up first. They probably talk about the beef, maybe shooting 2 police officers. There's so much about Tupac that what he was actually really good at kind of misses it, right? We kind of get to that later. Like, oh yeah, he was a really good lyricist, he was a good songwriter. Like, yeah, he was a poet, you know, and then we get to that. But
what's good, Shanice? How you doing? What's going on with YouTube?
But at first, there's so much in Wayne. I feel like that's the same with Lil Wayne because there's so much else surrounding Lil Wayne. To have a music conversation about Lil Wayne is a wee bit difficult. So my question is, did Wayne's impact influence hip hop positively, or was it a negative? I think people were kind of like getting at LaRussell because they think that Lil Wayne has talked about a lot of substance throughout his life. And there are songs like Tie My Hands,
My Whole City Underwater, Some People Still Floating,
where Wayne goes really, really deep and goes really depth. My favorite is Georgia Bush.
So what happened to the leverage? Why wasn't they steady? Why wasn't they able to control this?
That's when I really became political, and that's when I really wanted to hear politics in my music, because that's when I started studying politics and I started seeing, after Hurricane Katrina.
You know what it is? I just cracked it. You know what it is? Bro, even if the songs are there, I hope y'all following me. Even if the songs are there, what a lot of people are not understanding is that character matters. Your actions matter. When you run around saying you don't care, screw this, screw that, and then you got little temper tantrums on stage and you doing this and that don't really fall into the songs that we should be listening to, now we question you. LaRussell is right for what he said. He is right for him to speak that way. Because going back through the history, Lil Wayne's actions and how he talks in interviews, it makes a lot of us question how he is as a character. So even if the songs are there, your actions speak louder than the words. Sorry.
After 9/11, I started to really see, during the Bush administration, what politics is and what it's about, and how the signing of these certain bills and these certain things can really affect the country, can affect people for years to come. And so at that time, when Eminem did Mosh, you hear a lot of political talk in Kanye's music, and you heard a lot of political talk starting to develop in Jay-Z's music, Dead Prez, Nas. Like, you start hearing these things and you're like, hold on, I want my rappers to throw some of them gems in there. You start really understanding about the build to destroy, a lot of 5% talk that was really in hip hop in its early days. And you really start to understand, like, yo, when you get this microphone and you get this amplifier, you got to really say something. And so when George Bush came out, it was like, oh, Wayne actually says something, right? And he's talking about the levees. I think at that time you couldn't avoid it.
They telling y'all lies on the news, the white people smiling like everything cool, but I know people that died in that pool.
Let's keep it real. That's the exception, not the rule.
If I hug you once, but I slap the shit out you 1,000 times, your affinity for me is you're probably going to remember me for this.
Lil Wayne's career is mostly about pussy, money, weed. He's not really talking about nothing. A lot of his bars and a lot of his music is purposeless. This conversation is kind of getting out of hand because people trying to defend Wayne, because the Wayne people are like some of the most craziest fans. I don't think people talk about that a lot. Wayne fans are locked in. Then they're going to defend Buddy. Even though the Car 6 was boo-boo, they're going to still...
I literally just talked about that on the Chick Smooth video. I'm gonna upload both of these for sure. I'm probably going to upload both of these for tomorrow, but yeah.
Defend Buddy, especially that run that he had, because I think that a lot of arguments just boil down to the South versus the North versus the West. I honestly really think that most of these arguments boil down to region wars, and it's hard and difficult for people to say, yeah, I'm biased because of my region, because that sounds crazy. I feel like because the South really, like, it was official, the South is on top, one of the best rappers alive is Lil Wayne, there's nothing nobody could tell nobody, right? And so I feel as though it's kind of hard to get to the truth about Lil Wayne, because Wayne was such a good rapper, but he was never really the best, let's say, song maker. Most of the time he's not rapping about nothing.
What you want me to talk about? The world? Like, come on, man. The world.
What did I just say?
Craig, I ain't no goddamn professor.
What
did I just say?
Let's say song maker. Most of the time he's not rapping about nothing.
What you want me to talk about? The world? Like, come on, man. The world, Craig. I ain't no goddamn professor.
He's rapping the rap, right? And I think that kind of started to show itself later in his career, even though that's funny. That's when I really started rocking with him. I ain't gonna lie. Wayne has done rock albums. Wayne has done How to Love. Wayne has done a lot of different versatile things. They weren't really talking about nothing, so to speak. So my view on Wayne, the things that he's done positively to affect rappers, a lot of people can't articulate it. Like, fact, Lil Wayne has influenced Kendrick Lamar, one of the greatest rappers out.
Moving slow-mo, probably look nice on low pro Yokohamas with 20-inch chrome poking on them.
For a fact, Lil Wayne has influenced J. Cole, one of the greatest rappers out. For a fact, Lil Wayne has influenced Drake. And I think that because of Drake, a lot of what Wayne has done on the music scene kind of got washed away due to what Drake came in and did. Wayne was very experimental at the highest of levels. Maybe, yes, some of those things have aged poorly. I think a lot of Wayne's discography has aged poorly. I think a lot of his mixtapes have aged poorly. I think his rapping is actually still on point. Fly from the 504. Mr. Crazy Flow, jumping like a bun. I think those type of freestyles where he's on some other people's beats are really good. I think they age well because they're so good. And especially at that time, it was fresh. Nobody was rapping like that. To ask the question, did Wayne's influence negatively impact hip hop? I think there's a yes and there's a no. I think you can kind of say that about anybody's career, right? You can say that about Jay. You can say that about Kanye. I have an idea in my head that Kanye and Lil Wayne probably did ruin hip hop the most. If you really ask me, like, Wayne has been famous since he was a baby.
Y'all gotta remember, man, I started doing this shit at 8, man. So at 8, like, I'm not, at 8, I ain't trying to tell you what's right from wrong in my rap.
There's no reason he should have been being gangster, you know, joining the Bloods and doing what he was doing. The ladies would say, pause, let me just pause all this before I get it, that Wayne looked a lot better back in the day before he got all his face tats and then them drug and then them face tats, and he just kind of ruined himself. Everybody always just like, face tats. It's like, fuck, why would that be like why would that make sense, right? Because like everybody says face tats for like a 21 Savage.
He trying to be just like his daddy.
Or like these rappers that made it. But like, what about the rapper that's nowhere near making it and is never gonna make it, got face tattoos, and now has to work at like wherever he can get a job, if he can get a job, because the job market right now is super, super duper insane. I agree with LaRussell a lot. Once you get old enough to realize how mature you got, a lot of your favorite artists don't sound the best. The number one artist I can feel that about is Lil Wayne, but I can also feel that way about maybe Kanye West, like how I looked at him outside of the ring. I used to think he was some political activist that loved black people, and I was trying to fight the government and all these different things, and it's like, nah, he wasn't on that. He was just doing what he felt as though would get him talked about, right? Like, and maybe there is a Kanye's mom was a professor. Maybe there is a part of Kanye that was like, you know, my mama was raised in the era when clean water was only served to the fair skin. Maybe there is a part of Kanye that's not all of Kanye, and that's what I would ignore everything to look at Kanye for just like those statements for new slaves, and I know the government administer, you know what I'm saying? And we just say that the minister say, you know, but they can't cop cars without seeing cop cars. I guess they want us all behind bars. That's not who Kanye. Only who Kanye is. A lot of what Kanye is has been the last 13 years of his career, right? That's who Kanye is as well. And I've ignored all of that just to look at who he was. And as you mature, you start understanding that. Same thing with Lil Wayne. This conversation, to me, we have to talk about a lot of the negative that Lil Wayne has done. The face tats, lean, drugs, fake, I want to say fake gangster.
Come on, bro. Moneybag Yo had a song. I forgot the album, but he had a song called Waukesha. Who was on the intro of Waukesha? Lil Wayne, talking about how he likes lean in his cup. And Waukesha went viral because Waukesha did what it needed to do. Moneybag Yo was talking about the lean in his cup as if it was some sort of girl, if I'm correct, if I got the concept correct. But then watch this now. You gonna have Lil Wayne on the remix of Waukesha. Okay. But I'm supposed to remember the good that he spoke of. Okay. I'm supposed to remember all the good he spoke about, but here we go with this lean. Oh, that's cool. Cry babies. Twitter, cry babies.
But claiming a set, like a lot of these things was like not good, and it did negatively impact hip hop to where we're feeling it to this day. And so yes, he is one of the most influentials, but was that influence good? There is a space for people to also talk about how Wayne has influenced the rapping pattern, the rapping styles of a Kendrick Lamar, of a J. Cole, right? Of a Drake, of a whoever. But there's also a space to say that, yo, a lot of what Wayne was kicking wasn't really the healthiest. Yeah, we've all ate at McDonald's. Yeah, we've all ate at Chick-fil-A. It doesn't mean it's healthy for you. To be real with you, Wayne doesn't always look in the best of health. After the negative influence that he has had on other people, look at the negative influence he has had on himself. Lil Wayne went to prison. A lot of people say, yo, when Wayne went to prison, that's when he started to decline.
I ain't gonna lie. At one point, Lil Wayne looked like he could walk with the Walking Dead. Like,
think there's a uniqueness and there's a level of respect that I give Wayne, because as I got older, I started to see the rapping ability, right? Because when I was young, I didn't want to hear that shit. I just moved down south. You could already tell the bias. Niggas, oh, fuck Jay-Z. You know, we don't listen to G-Unit. Waka was starting to get popular. Waka, everybody's screaming, Waka, fuck everybody. Gucci was really popular at the time. So when I moved down here, it was like, I rocked with those guys, but I wasn't like, that's not, in no disrespect, but I'm like, that's not Nas, that's not Jay, that's not Big, that's not Pac. Like, that's okay. You get what I'm saying? That's on the same, and I used to say this is on the same level of like Lloyd Banks, Fabulous. Like, these niggas.
Nah, when you actually talk about the Wayne influence and who was birthed from the Wayne influence, i.e. Young Thug. But you want me to remember, oh, he really be talking that good positive-ish. Okay. Crybabies. Y'all cry babies.
Not there. So Wayne was one of those things that he was there. He was up there on that level. And so I was against it at first. And I admit that, because you come into a new environment. The South is very picky. To this day, you won't get the average Southerner to listen to anything outside of Southern music. Now, that may not be you, but the reason why you're watching this channel is because you like having music conversation. So that means you're not the average person. I'm talking about the average person that's not into like hip hop discourse and the hip hop community. I'm talking about just the average listener, work at the Amazon factory. They not jacking that. They might not even be jacking J. Cole, to be real with you. The more biased Southerner that actually, they gonna take Cole, go, oh, he from North, in the Carolina too. You know, they, like I said in my last video, they gonna mention, if they got some wit to them, you having a lyric conversation, they gonna mention Saha, they gonna mention Andre, they gonna mention Cole. But most of the time, they not even jacking those guys. They jacking NBA Youngboy, Future, and anything that sounds closer to that sound. When I came down here,
Yo, Quickie, I swear to God, say some nonsense like that again, I'll put you on timeout for 5 minutes. Don't try to abbreviate Thug. Nigga. Is that what they said at his trial? Is that what they said at his trial? Man, don't remind me of that.
I noticed that. I was like, yo, I rock. Because they really thought, like, the Southerners really think that we didn't rock with that. Boy, I think they lied me. Boy, I think they lied. I listened to a lot of the South. We listened to Nelly. We listened to No Limit. Like, I know a lot of No Limit. I know a lot of Cash Money. But they weren't listening to our groups like that down here. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Especially if you move to a different location, different area. Lil Wayne was that one that could supersede all of that. And so I give him his credit. I give him his respect. He's unique, and his rapping ability is very well. His songwriting ability, not so much. I feel as though Wayne didn't make the best of songs, but he made the best of freestyles. And I feel as though a lot of what people was pushing was that South. Like, you gotta think about it. The South is way bigger than any other region. They don't even give us Virginia, Maryland. They start just like the white folk. They start at the Mason-Dixon line. Even though those cultures are very similar. This is why DC, Baltimore, they always arguing about Air Force Ones and phone posits and that whole little thing. The DMV always
I ain't gonna lie, I never liked phone posits. I'm gonna keep it so tall with y'all. The foam posit shoes, I thought those were the ugliest shoes I ever seen in my life. And I seen there's a lot of people that love foam posits. I can't see it. I cannot see it for the life of me.
Arguing about Air Force Ones and phone posits and that whole little thing. The DMV always arguing because it's the same culture, but they're not giving us that. So if you look at the vastness of the South, and just how the East Coast just turned into New York and maybe Philly. Nobody really be talking about Boston like that. And what else we got? Rhode Island. You get what I'm saying? We don't really got that many people. And even in New York, they beefing with New York. And New York City didn't really claim Buffalo and them Griselda boys like that. It wasn't until recently they're like, shit, that's all we got. Hey, come down here. So if you really look at it, the South is huge. So I feel as though Wayne came in at a time where the South was like, we saying more than y'all. How about that? We don't got something to say. We saying it better than y'all. Outkast coming out with Speak About Love Below led to Ludacris winning, led to T.I. winning, led to Lil Wayne, right? It's like a Jeezy, Gucci, T.I., Lil Wayne was the one that was able to take all of that and move forward. Just like one could say Jay-Z was able to take all of that and push it forward. Able to take Nas, able to take all of that and be the number one. Wayne was that guy. He took up all of that and Wayne was able to push forward. And he is, pen-wise, one of the best spitters. Now, is he one of the greatest artists? No. But I'm not the one to say rapping is not artistry, because it is an artistry. But when it comes to how he utilized his rapping, it wasn't the best. It was very surface level. LaRussell is saying his experience. I got mature, I got older, and this is what it is. And of course, hip-hop Twitter got into a frenzy and went into a tizzy. For me personally, I understand why one would say Lil Wayne doesn't have substance, because majority of it, 90% of it, isn't substance. That's not what we go to him for. And then, you know, I made a statement that went pretty viral, and it's like, yo, let's not act like Lil Wayne is Most Def. And people like, if you want substance, you don't go to Wayne, you go to Most Def. And then you got people like, oh, we don't want rappers to say nothing. We just want to hear music. It's like we don't want to lecture or a lesson. It's just like,
but when one man of popularity can let the world know the problem, he might lose a few dollars himself telling the truth, might lose his life, but he's helping millions. But if I kept my mouth shut just because I can make millions, and then this ain't doing nothing. So I just love the freedom and the flesh and blood of my people more so than I do the money.
This brings up a lot of conversation. I think hip hop is still in shambles after the impact of the battle, the beef. I think hip hop is in a recovery mode. It's still trying to figure itself out, and I feel as though we're gonna get a lot of debates. And again, I feel sorry for LaRussell because he's released so much music, but now that he's signed to Rock Nation, everybody's gonna be looking at his interviews more than they're gonna be looking at his music, because that's really where everything's at. Podcasting, hot takes, you know, like you can't have an opinion. There's no in between. It's either glazing or hating, and there's no nuance and there's no in between. What LaRussell said was amazing, because not only did he give respect,
the people refuse to evolve, which is why the conversations are limited. That's exactly why. That's also exactly why I hate Twitter. Twitter is filled with a bunch of people that don't even know how to argue correctly. Y'all trash at arguing. Just imagine that. Y'all shouting and fighting, but you can't even argue right. And then I'm supposed to be on one of y'all's side. Man, forget both y'all. I hate Twitter so much. It's not even funny, bro. Like, I hate it with a passion.
He literally named songs that he liked where Wayne was talking about something. I think that everybody's so hyper-focused on agendas. Oh, this agenda, that agenda. He signed to Rock Nation now, so you know he going to be kicking in the back of who. Right now, people think like everybody's opinion is fact. Like, yo, that's why I used to say a lot, yo, I'm not here to be right. I'm just here to be me. This is how I feel. This is how I think. Somebody commented it on my last video about New York, and he was like, yo, you giving Ja Rule too much credit for things that he didn't do. Things that was happening in the street that he just so happened to be he just so happened to be the beneficiary of. And it's like, yo, you right. My bad. That wasn't him that did it. A lot of times I be wrong. I'm here to just say my thoughts rawly. That's why my podcast, I'm building it up this year, is If You Ask Me. I am. Because if you ask me, this is my opinion. If you not ask,
bro, everybody doing a podcast again? Listen, I tried the podcast. This channel was originally a podcast. All right, the Match My Energy podcast. Originally, bro, go back to the first couple videos when I was on. The Match My Energy podcast was a time. We talked about all kinds of garbage. Episode 10 of the Match My Energy podcast.
Me, you don't care. If you click on my videos, you subscribe to me, you want to know what I have to say, whether that's wrong or right. And I love the people that's like, yo, I don't agree with you, but I understand. And that's kind of where I'm at with LaRussell. I agree with him, but I understand the people that's like, nah, nigga, you tripping. Because there is an importance of Wayne. But when we talk about his influence, maybe it did negatively impact hip-hop. Did Lil Wayne ruin hip-hop? Maybe. Because how many people are trying to rap like Wayne? It's easy to sit down and get a face tat. It's easy to be hooked on drugs. It really is. Like, I know people are like, no, it's not. Yes, it is. It's very easy. Trust me. I don't smoke no more. And every day I just smell somebody at the gas station. I was like, that's that gas. That's that gasolina. Boy, I was like, ooh, let me I had cash too. Like, let me get a dub. How much you got for an eighth? You know you ain't got a scale in there. You don't look like you sell. You look like you're the plug, though. It's easy to get the face tat. It's easy to be on drugs. But how many people are rapping at the high Wayne, the Lil Wayne level? It got even easy to get the fetties. People was even faking the lock, right? People just started getting the fetties, getting extensions. Everything that people run to for.
I gotta say this, bro. Them dudes out there, yo, these dudes will go from a buzz cut to grow out their hair just a little bit, and then all it takes is one weekend, and that dude come back, and his dreads are just down to his chest. Like, bro, did you know I can see the extensions, bro? You went from a little fro to all of a sudden you got long locks and they clean. Nigga, you a liar.
Influence. Even Wayne said it on the God did. Face tats. I'm the ace packs. That's easy to replicate. It's easy for people to get tattoos. It's easy to put on a bandana and claim a set. But when we talk about the real influencer Wayne, the rapping at a higher level than most people, not many people are on that level. None are. Quickest one we can go to is a Kendrick Lamar, who talked about the influencer Wayne. And as he matured, he got better and found his own way as an artist, as you should. If you listen to the Carter 6, it's still things on there you like, oh, you a little old for this. You know what I'm saying? Where the skateboarding track at? Like, I want you to completely talk about skateboarding. Matter of fact, I would appreciate it more if Wayne turned it to because you know this soft rock, punk rock stuff is back. You know this rock, oh, I want to kill my dad. You know that's back. I think a black indie band just went #1 on one of the charts or something for rock. I would respect if he went that way and got on his rock style. Like,
I do know about that rock band from Atlanta with the 4 black kids. Hey, them dudes sound like what's that one band? Sum 41 or like Green Day or one of them joints. Look like what's that other band? Billy Talent. Them boys sound just like them 4 black boys from Atlanta, and they got a little rock band. That's what's up.
Bring that back. Lil Wayne is Lil Wayne. Nobody can take away the fact that he's a legend, but was his legend positive? So here's my final thoughts and my final breakdown on LaRussell and what he said, right? For one, he's not taking this right. He's taking all of the backlash completely wrong, and he's trying to defeat the internet. If I got one word of advice for him, stop that. When you get what you asked for, because this is what LaRussell been asking for. When he signed that paper with Roc Nation, this is what came with it. Welcome to the big leagues, LaRussell. This ain't what it was a month ago, 2 months ago. This is something completely new. You've been dropping music for a long time, and a lot of people don't know any of your music. They know that you signed to Roc Nation. So your fans and your core fan base, even though they may know you and know who you are, the people that's going to critique you right now, they care nothing about your music, right? They don't care nothing about what you saying on the music. All they care about is they got a new person to attack and link to Roc Nation and try to bring down and connect their agendas to. So no, I don't think there's this big agenda and people pay. Nah, I think that you talked about Lil Wayne, one of the most complicated, most beloved people in hip hop, right? And you're going to get some backlash, right? I'm in the middle of it all. And so I think LaRussell got to understand that this ain't.
Hey, shout out Mookie Moods, a House of Laughter Entertainment in the house, my boy. How you feeling, bro? Hey, YouTube's been a little wonky today. I ain't going to hold you, bro. So the chat, we all locked in right now. We all learning. We all educating ourselves. So we're having an outstanding conversation. But everybody just sit back like, damn, he might be right. Like, but shout out to Mookie Moods, House of Laughter in the house. That's what's up.
The amateurs anymore. This is the big leagues, right? There's already people saying that he makes kid-bop music, and I like his music because with all the negativity and all of the samey within hip-hop, he provides something different. He provides something fun. I call him the Make-A-Wish Foundation kid of rap because every time you see him, he's meeting these celebrities, he's meeting his idols, he's meeting people that he looked up to, he's meeting these people that influenced him, and he's just happy to be there, and he's just always staying positive, dancing, right? His Tiny Desk is one of my favorite Tiny Desks because he brought that energy that you.
Hey, salute, gang. That's love, man. I appreciate you. But going back to like the whole LaRussell situation, like I said, man, you didn't need to apologize. You like what Read My Soul said. You in the big leagues now, bro. It's fun and games are over. You gotta lock in now. Like you had your fun with your independent run, but now that you locked in under Jay-Z, a lot of people are going to be questioning you. Right now is not the time for doing this or that. Your time right now, statement. You put yourself in a situation where you need to start making statements. But don't go back on your word. Because that's when everybody's going to start questioning you. And that's literally what's happening right now. It's okay. LaRussell is new to this. But as long as he continues to make the statements, I'm not talking about making statements that's going to divide. The statements I'm talking about is the same statements that he makes in his music. Continue with the positive statements. It's rare that we have positive music that works. And LaRussell is literally that guy for it. He rep the Bay heavy. He rep positivity heavy. Continue to make those statements because that's what's going to shut these people up, bro. Y'all already know. I hate Twitter. The last thing you need is to have the Twitter audience against you like that. It's better to have the Twitter audience just off your name than to be on your name, because there's nothing positive coming from your name being on Twitter. It's going to be negative. Twitter is a negative space. So you gotta make sure you ration what you feed them. And then you're going to be all right, man.
Seeing those viral videos to the Tiny Desk, right? And he did his song GT Coupe, which I love. You know what I'm saying? I used to ride around in the GT Coupe back then. I was hurting, right? I love that song, right? LaRussell got to understand that this is what happens when you get what you want. This is what happens when you get what you ask for. And to link it to myself, I have to realize that I'm going through the same issues and I'm going through the same complications because people been looking at me differently, because all of a sudden, now that I'm not talking about Drake and I'm talking about their favorite J. Cole, they looking at me funny. But they wasn't there when I was talking about KOD. They wasn't there when I was supporting KOD and supporting For Your Eyes Only. Even
I love that you're saying that, because that goes into the recency bias that a lot of people have when they're viewing artists. They're only going to remember what's put in front of them in like the past month or so. As soon as you start going back a couple years, it gets shaky. Their memory's trash now. Right? Because we have these phones, we don't remember well no more. Right? It takes brain power to remember. And unfortunately, for a lot of people today, we just don't got it, bro. I ain't gonna hold it. We just don't got it, dude. Like, but that's what it is now. That's the climate. That's the environment. That's the landscape. We got to navigate this with this in mind. So what does that mean? Sometimes you might have to start taking notes. Might have to start writing things down and remember. Start taking little notes on your phone so you can remember things, so that when you have these conversations, you be like, whoa, hold on. Wait. Let's backtrack a little bit, because don't you remember this? Then we can start to have better conversations, more outstanding conversations, and we can really get to the nitty gritty of the things that we should be talking about. I'm just saying.
Support in the off season, when people were saying, this ain't really all of that, I was the one that was fighting for him. I didn't have a platform at that time, so now people looking at me funny because they think I'm hating when I'm offering honest critique, right? A lot of people have these same critiques that I have said, and unlike them, I'm gonna highlight them a little more, because you're not gonna come out and diss Kendrick Lamar and delete the song and say, well, your first one was massive, your second one they gassed it, your last one was tragic. You're not gonna say these things about Kendrick, delete them, and then you don't come out with a classic to me as the fall off. It's honestly aging off of me, to be honest with you. Some of the songs I'm skipping mad songs, right? And that's my critique. People are like, oh, you hating. I'm not hating. I'm just offering a critique to an artist that I love before a lot of y'all did. I'm keeping it real with you. Y'all wasn't there. Y'all wasn't there come up. Y'all wasn't there back in the days, right? When I was making people listen to Cole in my car. And I have to understand that people are going to see me now in a different light because I have this massive platform. But this is how it was at the barbershop. We'll offer our critiques and we'll move on. It wasn't personal. It wasn't hating. It was just, this is how I feel. This is how I feel. Somebody may feel different. They'll offer their critiques and we'll, okay, I agree with that. Okay, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe you tripping. We'll come to a compromise and we'll move forward. People looking at me crazy because of my takes. I have to be able to stand on that because this is what I wanted. And so LaRussell has to understand that. This is what you wanted. You got what you wanted. You signed the Rock Nation. When you get that machine behind you, the positives and the negatives are going to come with that. The moment that Company Man started to react to my videos on Joey Badass, the positive and the negative came with that. The moment I came on the Culture United the first time, the positives and the negatives came with that. When the beef happened of Joe.
Hey, bro, that's one of my goals right there, man. One way or another, the Flex My Network is going to be on Culture United. One way or another. I know there is a lot of people that are waiting for that day. There are thousands. Like, I can happily say there are thousands of people out there that are waiting for that day when I'm on Culture United. And I'm going to call it, we going to need to have a Canadian Culture United. Of course, Justin Hunt, you going to lead it. But we're going to need that Canadian Culture United, bro. Now, I don't know exactly which platforms are going to be on that. But best believe Flexing My Network going to be on that, bro. That's going to be major. The day the Flexing My Network's on Culture United, that's going to be major.
In the West Coast, we saw the positive and the negatives that came out of it. I definitely saw a lot of positive. I definitely saw a lot of negative, right? So we got to be able to be comfortable with our takes and we got to stand on it. And we can't cower and wither away and try to change everybody's opinion. I myself am just now learning that. So I understand what LaRussell's going through. I just want to tell him, like, bro, this is the big leagues now. Same thing with me. I got 60,000+ subscribers. I'm not little dude in my room no more with just 2,000 subscribers, 100,000, with 100 subscribers, or just a few Instagram followers, or just a few Twitter followers. I'm now the Read My Soul that has this platform. And anything I say or do is going to look crazy. So I have to be comfortable with the people that's going to understand and be comfortable with the people that's not going to understand. So LaRussell, Lil Wayne is loved. Lil Wayne got some haters. So you got to take that with that. And you can't just be like, oh, substance, this, that, and the third. Now, we all human. LaRussell is human. He's still learning. And a big part of his journey is being honest and open and letting you in and being raw and being real in real time. This is what comes with it, LaRussell. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comment section. Comment, like, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Hype this video up so it can get into the algorithms. I believe that is the best way. If you got any more hype points, see, they doing us dirty. You can use some hype points. You can't hype my video up every day. You know what I'm saying? But if you have any more hype points, definitely hype this video up in the algorithms and join the conversation in the comment section. Donate to this Cash App, join to be a member. Link is in the description for all of that. I appreciate y'all. Peace.
Yeah. Dub. Lovely video. Bro, I literally just sat here and I just listened to a dude that has a large channel align with a lot of the things that I said in the last reaction I did. I mean, we for all the people that's been watching, that's been tapped in, y'all know this is a pattern, right? With the amount of times I be saying something, and then I will pause the video, I will say something that's facts. We play the video, saying the same thing I'm saying, and that's a first time reaction. So there's a pattern with what's going on around here. I'm just saying. I can be part of the conversation too. I'm just saying, bro. So one of these days. There's not much more that I can say, because everything that we talked about pretty much laid out in this video. So it's almost like we're just listening to the opinion more so than me giving my own opinion. So it's just like a raw reaction kind of situation that we had with this video. So it's cool. I respect Read My Soul for sure. Shout out to him, no doubt. Right? So, shoot. But at this point, I think we done here, man. I ain't got nothing else. I ain't got no more videos. I think we good. Dang. How y'all feeling? Y'all good? Hey, bro. Just another day, more reactions. We just, we doing what we need to do, man. We getting to that bread. We figuring it out. We sitting back, we relaxing, we doing what we gotta do. And we're just here to be outstanding people, rep for the country, Canada. Canada can be part of the conversation too. All right, but I do understand that I am a guest. All right, I'm not trying to force my way in here. I will humbly accept my seat and not take it. All right, we're gonna make that clear, I got respect for America. I got respect for black people. I got respect for melanin. All right? Not trying to come around here dictate nothing or none of that. That's not the kind of timing I'm on. So, see, at this point, I'm just rambling and, I can't help it. I just talk. My mind says go, and I say, all right. All right, look, we're going to end here. What time is it? It's probably like 9:06. Good timing. All right, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to be in the Discord. I'm just going to make a reel real quick, and then I'm going to start uploading, right? We got to upload these videos, So at this point, we can continue the conversation in the individual videos that I drop. Listen, like I said, that hype button, bro. That hype button. Listen, y'all need to hype the videos up, not the live. The live doesn't have a hype button on it. I'm sure they're going to incorporate that soon. Right now, it's the videos, the individual videos right now. We got to put in some work on that hype button, bruh. Don't forget the likes. The comments matter, but it's that damn hype button. Because I realized ever since they introduced that, it's harder for the smaller creators to really get popping. Because before, we were doing good. As creators, we were doing good, you know? So, right now, that is priority numero uno. So, we're going to figure it out. We're going to do what we need to do. But at this point, we going to get out of here, bro. We going to get out of here. So, with that being said, y'all know the vibe. Oh, once the live ends, hype button also shows up. Oh, really? I ain't know that. See, I'm new to this. This whole hype button situation, I'm new to this. So, if you please. Hey, either way, man, y'all know the vibe. Y'all know the vibe. Thank you for stopping by. Little evening live. You know, it's not really my intention to do these evening lives, but we got to do. W stream, no doubt. Shout out House of Laughter. That's the brother right there, Mookie Moves. Come on, that's the inspiration. Anytime the inspiration be pulling up, bro, come on, love. Love always, man. That's inspiration. He told me do it again. Because I used to live stream on Twitch. And I stopped because, like, it wasn't doing anything. He's like, yo, you try it again. I'm like, you know what? Let me try on YouTube. And then ever since then, with the live stream on YouTube, like, it's just... Oh, man. So, shout out to the guy, man. Inspiration, for real. And he hit 100K. Yeah, he hit 100K like a couple weeks ago on YouTube. So, that's major. That's major. He's not a hip-hop channel, right? His channel is kind of like the same thing I wanted to do. Or I'm going to do, sorry. So, he does the comedy-ish. Like, he has, like, the live streams, like the IRL streams. You know, he does the shorts where, like, it's the small box at the top. And then, like, the big box is, like, the reaction or the video he's reacting to. So, he does that a lot. My intention with my other channel is to do that as well. So, soon times, we're going to get that moving. We just got to focus the Flexion Mind Network right now. And we're going to do what we need to do, man. So, with that being said, listen, I'm going to head out. Take care, be well, be safe. Stay true, be you. Live long and long live. Peace. Have a great day. Have a great night wherever you are in this world. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for giving me your eyes and ears and your viewership. I appreciate it forever and always. Take care. Don't forget to be an outstanding person out in this world. This world dark. We got to brighten it up. All right. Peace, y'all. What's good, Ron? What's poppin'? Hey, shout out to the Bay. Shout out to the Bay. What? Shout out to the Bay Area. What LaRussell say? I'm from the Bay. I rep it hard.